In today's tutorial, I'll be taking you step by step for absolute beginners how to crochet this cute baby's romper. We're going to make this in 5 major steps. We're going to start here by making the waist circumference. From there, we're going to proceed to the second part. We're going to work on the diaper section. And from there, we're going to proceed to the third part. We're going to create both legs. And from there, we're going to come for the fourth part up here. We're going to work on the upper section of our romper. And lastly, our fifth part, we're going to come behind here. And of course, we're going to work on our suspenders. And that's just everything we're going to make here. Now, Shalom crocheters, welcome to my channel, Zoe CrochetR. And I want to say a big thank you to all of my returning viewers and to all of my subscribers. Thank you, God bless you. And if you're new to my channel, welcome. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. And one more way you can encourage me is by becoming a member. Now, commit your works to the Lord, and your plans shall be established. Proverbs 16 verse 3. To begin, and this is the yarn I'm working with. You need to take into consideration the weight of my yarn. It's really not very thick, and I'm working with the 2.5mm size hook. Now, if you have this aluminum hook, you can as well work with it. And we need our needles, stitch markers, measurement to take measurement. Now we're going to begin with the waist circumference. You want to go ahead and create your slip knot, and we're going to start with a ribbon part. And we're going to start with a chain of 10. Okay, we're going to chain 10. Now you always need to make sure that your hook is flexible around your yarn, just like this. Now to make a chain, you want to yarn over and pull through. That's 1. Yarn over and pull through. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. Here we have a total of 10 chains, and from the second chain from our hook, we're going to insert our hook and make a single crochet. So insert your hook in the second chain, yarn over and pull through. You have 2 loops on your hook, yarn over and pull out 2 loops. This is a single crochet. Into the next chain, make a single crochet. Into the next chain, make a single crochet. Good. And you're going to make this single crochet all through the chain. Okay, here we have completed this row number 1, and at the end of this row you have a total of 9 stitches. We're going to begin the next row. You always chain 1 and turn your work, and we're going to work in the back loops, but for the first stitch and the last stitch we're going to make both loops. So for this first stitch, you're going to insert your hook and grab both loops. Okay, make a single crochet, and from the second, now you're going to work just in the back loop. Insert your hook in the back loop and make a single crochet. Into the next, insert your hook and make a single crochet, back loop only. Into the next, just in the back loop. Okay, and you're going to repeat this all through, and I'll meet you in this last stitch. Good. And once we get to this last stitch here, you can see instead of working just in the back loop, you're going to work in both loops. So insert your hook and grab both loops and make the last single crochet. And now you always chain 1 and turn your work, and you always start by working in both loops. And into the second. From the second, now you work in the back loop only. Back loop only. Back loop only. And of course, when you get to this last stitch here, you're going to work in both loops. Okay, make a single crochet, and now always chain 1 and turn, and in that first you work in both loops, and you continue working just in the back loop, just in the back loop, just in the back loop. Okay, and once you get to this end here, you work in both loops, you chain 1 and you turn, and we are just going to repeat this over and over till we have the length that we need for the waist circumference. And I'm working for the 0 to 3 months, and I'll need a total of 44 centimeters. Now when I get to 44 centimeters, I will stop and I'll meet you there. Okay, now don't bother, I'll insert the various measurements on the screen, so keep on working. Okay, yeah, I've completed mine, and of course I have a total of 44 centimeters. 44 centimeters. I'll just stop here, and we are going to join both ends. And one of the easiest ways to count it, you can see these middle spaces here. This gives you 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. This is how you count it. As for me, I did a total of 106 rows. 106 rows. Now you must make sure that your stitches be in even numbers. It is very important that it be in even numbers. Now we're going to join both ends. So you're going to insert your hook on this side. Okay, come this way and insert your hook, and bring this inside your work. This first stitch is already joined. Come to the next, insert your hook. Come to the next, insert your hook, and make a slip stitch. Okay, come to the next, insert your hook. Come the next on this other side, insert your hook, yarn over and make a slip stitch. Come into the next, insert your hook, and come into the next, insert your hook and make a slip stitch. Okay, and yes, when getting to this last stitch here, insert your hook, and you come on this last one, insert your hook, you make a slip stitch, and this was given us so far. Now it's on you, either this side to be your right side, or you turn it inside and you work from here. Okay, so either way, for me, I'll just continue working from here. I'll allow this part up like this, and now we're going to working up here. From here we're going to working up here now. Okay, and I went ahead and fastened off my yarn because I want to change my color, so I'll bring in my second color from here. Just bring it in like this. Tie both ends here. Okay, now we are going to be working in these spaces here. We're going to make a total of 2 single crochet in each of these spaces. You need to make sure that the number of stitches you have here is the same number of stitches you had in your foundation row when you were doing your weaving. So I'll come here and make, this is the first single crochet, 1, I make 1 more in that space, and 2 single crochet. I come here and make 2 single crochet, 1 and 2, 1 and 2. I always need to be counting your stitches. In that first stitch, I will just go ahead and insert my stitch marker, and come here, you make 2 single crochet, 1 and 2. Okay, so you're just going to repeat this and always count your stitches. So I'll meet you at the end here, tell what we're going to do next. So keep on working. Okay, when we get to this end here, we're just going to take off a stitch marker, and in that first stitch, insert your hook and make a slip stitch. Good. And at the end of this row, I have a total of 106 stitches. You should have the same number of stitches here as you had here. Now we're going to begin the next row of single crochet still. Chain 1, and in that same stitch, go ahead and make a single crochet into the next stitch, a single crochet into the next stitch, a single crochet. So you're just going to keep on making 1 single crochet all through, and I'll meet you at the end of this row. Okay, so keep on working. Okay, here we are. We've completed 2 rows of single crochet. Now we're going to begin a row of double crochet. We're going to start counting this row as our row number 1. Okay, now you can either chain 3, 1, 2 and 3 and start working, or this is what I'm going to do. I will chain 1 and come back into that same stitch, yarn over and make a single crochet and pull out 2 loops. Now we have 2 loops. We have 2 loops here, this and this, and I'll just come into this first loop. Okay, and yarn over and make another single crochet and pull through, and this is going to give me a beautiful edge here. You can see this gives a beautiful edge. This is going to be my first double crochet, and we're going to make some increases here. We're going to make 10 double crochet and an increase, 10 double crochet and an increase. So this is one, yarn over and make the second double crochet, yarn over and make the third double crochet. So to make a double crochet, you have 3 loops on your hook, pull out 2 loops, you're left with 2, pull out 2 loops. This is the third. Make the fourth double crochet, make the fifth double crochet, make the sixth double crochet, make number 7 double crochet, make number 8 double crochet, number 9 and number 10. We have here 10 double crochets, 10 double crochet, and now into the next stitch we're going to make an increase. We're going to make 2 double crochet, so yarn over and make 2 double crochet in the same stitch. This is 1, and into the same stitch make the second double crochet into the same stitch. And this is going to be our repeat row. We're going to make 10 double crochet, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10, and an increase. Okay, so repeat this, make 10 double crochet and increase, 10 double crochet and increase, and I'll meet you at this other end here. So keep on working. Okay, yeah, at the end of this row I have a total of 116 stitches, so I've done a total of 10 more. Okay, so I increased on 10 more, and you want to come in this first stitch and make a slip stitch. Set your hook and make a slip stitch, and here we go. Now you need to make sure that your stitches need to be in even numbers. If your stitch is not an even number, just go ahead and do one more increase so you can have an even number. Okay, now we're going to begin the next row. I'm always going to begin the same way. Go ahead and chain 1, and if you don't want to do this, you can just chain 3. Okay, and start working. We're staying so I think this is really preferable. Chain 1 and come back into that same stitch, make a single crochet, come into that first loop, yarn over and make another single crochet. Okay, and this is going to represent our, do I need to chain 1? Chain 1 and make a single crochet and come into that first loop and make another single crochet. Okay, and now you just come into this next stitch and make 1 double crochet. In the next stitch make a double crochet. Now it's good to mark that first stitch. Set your stitch marker and mark that stitch, and into the next stitch make a double crochet. Okay, so no more increases, just go ahead and make 1 double crochet, and you must have the same number of stitches, and I'll meet you at the end here. Okay, so here we are, we have completed 2 rows. We're going to begin the 3rd row, and from here just going to be a repeat. Okay, we're going to chain 1, and we are always going to start the same way. Always start the way it suits you. Okay, so I think this one is better. And you come in the next stitch, you make a double crochet. Come in the next stitch, you make a double crochet. Okay, this is our row number 1 2 3. Keep on working, and I'll meet you in row number 5, and we're going to do something new there. Okay, so keep on working, and I'll meet you in row number 5. Okay, here we are in row number 5. You can see 1 2 3 4, and this is row number 5. Okay, I have started working from back. You can see I've started working from back, and now once we get here, from this corner here, you can see this corner and this other corner, I have 7 stitches here. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, and you stop here. I'll teach you what to do here. You come on this other side, so you also insert your stitch marker. It is very simple. Just marks, just examine this part here, right? Put your work flat like this and come at this end and come at this end, and I come also at this other end here, and I count from the stitch marker. I have 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. I'll insert my stitch marker. Okay, insert my stitch marker. Now let me teach you what we're going to do here. And from here now, instead of working in both loops, we're going to work in just in the back loop. So yarn over and make a double crochet just in the back loop, just like this. Okay, yarn over, back loop, double crochet, yarn over, and here we go, back loop, double crochet, yarn over, and back loop, double crochet. Okay, yarn over and back loop, double crochet. Okay, so you're going to repeat this, and we're going to have this front loop here left. We're going to use this later, so just keep on working and I'll tell what we're going to use this for. So keep on working and I'll meet you here where we have the stitch marker. Okay, so you can see what we have already so far, right? So once I get here where I have the stitch marker, I'll just take it off, and now in the next stitch I'll work in both loops. Okay, both loops, yarn over into the next stitch, both loops. Okay, into the next stitch, both loops. Good. So you're just going to repeat this off through, and I'll meet you at the end of this row. We're going to begin row number 6. Okay, here we have completed row number 5. From here now, it's just going to be a repeat. Okay, we're just going to continue doing what we have been doing. So start your row as usual. And into the next stitch, you make a double crochet. And into the next stitch, you make a double crochet. And into the next stitch, you make 1 double crochet, working in both loops of course. And yes, from here, this is just going to be our repeat row. Now we're going to work this until we get to the crotch area down somewhere here. I'll need a total of 16 centimeters. Okay, I need a total of 16 centimeters. Yes, we need a total of 16 centimeters. This is for a baby for 0 to 3 months. And don't bother, I'll insert the various measurements on the screen. Okay, so keep on working, and on each one we'll have our various measurements for the crotch area. Okay, yeah, I've achieved my objective, and I have a total of 16 centimeters. Now from here, you're going to do something under here. So you want to turn your work. You can see I went ahead and inserted my stitch markers. This is half of my work. Remember in the beginning I told you that I had a total of 116 stitches, right? So on this back part here I have 58 stitches, and in front here I have 58 stitches, right? So this is what you're going to do. Okay, right now we're going to come down here. You can see this is where I fasten my yarn, and this is technically the middle part of my back part. Okay, so I'll come in the middle of my back part yes, and this is my middle stitch. From the middle stitch I'll count 1 2 3. I insert my stitch marker, and I come on this other side. After the middle stitch I count 1 2 and 3, and I insert my stitch marker, and this gives me a total of 7 stitches, right? 7 stitches. Here I have 1 2 3 4 5 6 and 7 stitches, and I will just lay it down, okay, and come in the same stitches on this other side. Here I have it on this other side. I'll just come here and insert my stitch marker on this other side, and on this other side also I lay it down. And if you don't have a stitch marker, you can always use a yarn of another color. and I insert my marker. I mark the stitch. And here also I have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay, here also I have 7 stitches, just as here 7 stitches. Now next we are going to start the next part. I'll take off my stitch marker and insert my hook, and we're going to start working. So you want to go ahead and bring in your yarn. I chain 1 in that same space, and I'll always start the same way. And if you don't want to do this, you can just go ahead and make a chain 3. Okay, this is the first stitch, the second, the third, the fourth, is the fifth, the sixth stitch, and I'm just going to take out the stitch marker and make number 7. Chain 1 and turn, and we're going to make this for a total of 3 rows. Okay, here we have completed the 3 rows, 1, 2, 3. Okay, and we're going to fasten off our yarn and allow a tail that we're going to use to sew that in. So just take off stitch marker, and now you want to bring in your needle, just connect it to your work. And we're going to sew it in here where we marked the 7 stitches in front. We're going to connect it there. Okay, so this is the second, it goes into the second. Just take off the stitch marker. Come back so that the tail don't see. Just bring it back inside. Just bring back the work. And go ahead and hide in the tail now. Now I'm going to teach you how to make your legs, okay? Don't bother about that. So you're going to come below here, right? Where we did those stitches. Now just choose any stitch in between 1, 2, 3. We did 3 rows, 1, 2, 3. So just insert your hook. So that your hook will have something like this, and bring in your yarn. And we're going to make single crochet of 4. So chain 1, and in that same space you want to make a single crochet. Now make sure you don't make a lot of single crochets here, okay? So this is number 2 for me, and number 3. 3 single crochet on this line, and I find myself here. I'll just come in this first stitch. Yeah, here we have the first stitch on this other side. I'll just come there and make a single crochet there. In the next stitch, make a single crochet, and I'm just going to repeat this all through, and I'll meet you at this end here. Okay, when you come here, you also continue make a single crochet. I'll meet you at this other end here. And once we get in this last stitch here, I'm just going to set a hook and make a slip stitch. Good. Now you want to make sure that you have the same number of stitches as on this other side. They need to be the same number, okay? Now we are going to start the ribbon part. It's just exactly what we did here. So you go ahead and chain 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay, here we have our 8 chains, and of course from the second hook, from the second chain from a hook, we're going to make a single crochet. Into the next chain, make a single crochet. Into the next chain, make a single crochet. I'm going to repeat this all down and I'll meet you here. Okay. Of course, at the end of this row, you have a total of 7 stitches. I'm going to come below here in these 2 stitches, 1 and 2, and each of them you're going to make a slip stitch. So insert your hook in that first, yarn over, and make a slip stitch. Into the second, insert your hook, yarn over, and make a slip stitch. And you're going to turn your work, and you're going to continue working in the back loops. So work in the back loop, single crochet, 1, 2, 3, and of course when you get here in this last one, you're going to work in both loops. And chain 1, and you're going to turn your work, and you're always going to start working in both loops, okay? The first you work in both loops, and now you continue working just in the back loop. Back loop. And when you get down here on these 2 stitches, 1 and 2, you're going to make a slip stitch. You're going to make a slip stitch. This is the first, and into the next, make the second slip stitch. And yes, this is going to be our repeat row all through this part for work. Yes, you're just going to repeat this, and you're going to have an opening here. I'll teach you how to close that opening, okay? So just keep on working. Okay, at the end we have this opening here, okay? So you're just going to sew that in. So you want to make sure your work is aligned. Just put it close like this, and bring it on this other end, okay? Make sure the stitches are aligned together. Now this, you take this both, you take this edge, and you come here and you take just this front loop looking at you here. Take the inside loop only, and to the next stitch, sew it. Take the inside, you take the inside, see, and come here and take. Once we are done working with our legs, we're going to come up here and we're going to work. Remember the stitches where we worked just in one of the loops. We had these extra loops left, right. I remember I told you that I skipped a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 because I have 7 stitches on this other end before working here, and on this other end also I also have 7 on this other side. So go ahead, insert your stitch on that loop that we left, just like this, and of course you want to bring your yarn, bring that to the front, and now you're going to chain 3, 1, 2 and 3, and this chain 3 is going to represent our first double crochet, yarn over, and into the next. You can see we are working just in the loops. Okay, in the next loop insert your hook and make a double crochet, yarn over. Here we have the next loop. I want to work along my tail, insert your hook and make a double crochet, yarn over. Here we have the loop. Okay, insert your hook and make a double crochet. Yes, so you're just going to repeat this, and I'll meet you here where we have this last one here. So, okay, I have completed this place and I have a total of 43 stitches here. We're going to begin row number 2, and from row number 2 we're going to begin making some decreases. Okay, so chain 1 and turn your work. Okay, and as from this row number 2 we're going to begin making some reductions. Okay, so into that same stitch you want to insert your hook, yarn over, insert your hook in that same stitch, and yarn over, pull through. You have 3 loops on your hook, yarn over and pull out 2 loops. You're left with 2, you're left with 2, yarn over, insert your hook in the next stitch, yarn over, and you have 4 loops in your hook, yarn over, pull out 2 loops. You're left with 3, yarn over and pull out 3. So this is what we're going to be making. We're going to be making a reduction at the beginning and a reduction at the end of the row. Okay, so yarn over and into the next stitch you make a double crochet, into the next stitch you make 1 double crochet. So repeat making this, and I'll meet you here where we have 2 stitches left. Okay, good. And once we get at this end here we have 2 stitches left. This and this we're going to make a reduction. So yarn over, insert your hook, and yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull out 2 loops. You're left with 2, yarn over, insert your hook in the last stitch, and yarn over, pull through. You have 4 loops in your hook, pull out 2 and pull out 3. So this is how we're going to be making our reductions. I'm going to make a reduction just in the beginning and the end of our rows. So to begin the next row you chain 1, you turn your work, and you always start with a reduction. So yarn over, into that same stitch insert your hook, pull through, yarn over and into the next stitch insert your hook, and now into the next stitch you make a double crochet, and into the next stitch you make a double crochet. Good. And I know you understand the pattern now. You're just going to repeat this, and when you get at this other end here you make a reduction, and we are going to make this reduction until we get up here on the waist area where we have a total of 12 centimeters. Okay, so continue reductions and end when you have 12 centimeters. I'll meet you there for the next instruction, and I don't bother, I'll insert on the screen the various measurements for the various sizes. Okay, so keep on working. Okay, yeah, this is where we have, and I ended, and I have a total of 12 centimeters. Okay, I have a total of 12 centimeters, and yes, I have a total of 12 centimeters. Now from here we're going to start working on the upper part of our baby's romper, and in here I have a total of 31 stitches. Okay, so now let's chain 1 and turn our work. This is the upper part of our romper. Now in that same stitch now you're going to make a double crochet, no more reductions. Okay, so just insert your hook and make 1 double crochet. Okay, yarn over, into the next stitch make 1 double crochet, into the next stitch make 1 double crochet. Okay, so you're going to repeat 1 double crochet, and I'll meet you at this other end here. So you want to go ahead and insert your stitch marker in that first stitch. And here I have my last stitch. I'll just go and make 1 double crochet in that last stitch. And yes, at the end of this row I have a total of 30 stitches. And now you want to chain 1 and turn your work, and you can see no more reductions, right? So into that same stitch, go ahead and make 1 double crochet, 1 double crochet. Into the next stitch, make 1 double crochet. Into the next stitch, make 1 double crochet. So from here, this is the only thing we're going to make. You want to go ahead and insert your stitch marker. Yes, so we're just going to repeat this. You can see we are already on our waistline here, going working on the upper part of our baby's romper. So you're going to repeat this. I will need a length of 12 centimeters. Okay, so starting from here, okay, this is our waist, right? From here to our chest we need a total of 12 centimeters. So just keep on working, and I'll meet you when we have 12 centimeters for this, for the upper part. And don't bother or insert the various measurements, okay? So just keep on working. Just like that. Yes, this is what we have so far, and starting from here to here we have a total of 12 centimeters. Okay, 12 centimeters. And in here, from where I stopped doing my reductions, I have a total of 14 rows, and I did 8 rows of reductions. Yeah, I just wanted to mention that. Now you want to go ahead and fasten off your yarn, and from here we're going to be doing some kind of lining. Yep. So you're going to working on the right side. Okay, so come here, insert your hook in that space there. Bring your yarn, bring that tail in front. Now you want to chain 1. So in that same space you want to go ahead and make a single crochet. Now in each of these spaces here we're going to be making 2 single crochet, right? So insert your hook and make 2 single crochet. This is 1 and 2. Come into the next space, make 2 single crochet, 1 and 2. Come to the next space, you make 2 single crochet, 1 and 2. I'm going to have something like this. Okay, now just repeat this and I'll meet you up here. And right now we'll find ourselves in the stitch up here. So in this first stitch I'm going to make 2 single crochet there. So go ahead and make 2 single crochet, 1 and 2. Okay, make 2 single crochet, and now in the next stitch just go and make 1 single crochet. In the next stitch, 1 single crochet. We have worked from here to here. I want to get us in this last stitch here. We're going to make 2 single crochet in that last stitch. So 1 and 2. So we are finished with this part. Now you're going to work on this other line exactly as we worked this part. Okay, so you're going to make 2 single crochet, and fasten off a yarn. Right now you're done with this front part. We're going to come behind here and work. Now this part is really very easy. All you have to do is identify the stitch that where it stops. You're going to insert your hook there. Insert your hook in that space and mark that space, and come on this other side, mark that space, go ahead and insert your stitch marker, right? So here we have the stitch marker, right? So after the stitch marker you're going to count 1, 2 and 3. We're going to stop here, insert your stitch marker, okay, and come on this other side and count also. After the stitch marker you count 1, 2 and 3, and you go ahead and insert your stitch marker, Alright, now let's start this. So now let's start here where we inserted a stitch marker. Take off the stitch marker, go ahead and insert your hook and bring your yarn, and now you want to chain one. Now you remember that each of these spaces gives us 2 stitches, right? So we're going to be making 2 stitches there. So this is 1. Go ahead and chain 3, 2 and 3, yarn over and make the second stitch, second, the third, the fourth, the fifth, the sixth. And when I have my stitch marker, I'll just take it off and make the 7th there. So I have a total of 7 stitches behind here, 7 stitches. And to start the next row, I'm going to chain 3, 1, 2 and 3. This chain 3 represents our first double crochet. I'm going to turn, and into the next stitch you make a double crochet, into the next stitch you make a double crochet, into the next stitch you make a double crochet, into the next stitch you make a double crochet, into the next stitch you make a double crochet, and we have this last stitch here, you make a last double crochet there. At the end of this we'll have a total of 7 stitches still. To begin the next row you're going to chain 3, 1, 2 and 3, and you're going to turn and you're going to make the second double crochet, and you're going to make the third double crochet, the fourth, the fifth, the sixth and the seventh. Chain 3, and yes, so this is just going to be all what we're going to do behind here. I can see that it aligns perfectly right. So I'll give you the length, the required length. Let me teach you how you're going to start this other side, okay? And to start this other side, you're just going to come and take off your stitch marker and insert your hook. Chain 3, 1, 2 and 3. You need to have the same number of stitches as you have here. Here we have 7, we need 7 here also. So 1, and make number 2, number 3, number 4, 5, 6 and number 7. Okay, and you're going to chain 3, 1, 2 and 3, and you're just going to repeat this as you did the other side. So you're going to walk and turn, and I'll give you the measurement, and we're going to work this until it gives us, until we have 18 centimeters. Okay, now I insert on the screen the various measurements. Okay, from here to here I have a total of 18 centimeters. Okay, 18 centimeters. Now once we achieve this, we're going to create a buttonhole just as you see here on this other side. Okay, so insert your hook. Now you want to go ahead and chain 1. Okay, turn your work. I'm going to make 2 single crochet. So into the first, make the first single crochet, into the next stitch make the second single crochet, and now chain 3, 1, 2 and 3, and you're going to skip 3 stitches, 1, 2 and 3, and into the 4th stitch you make a single crochet. Okay, and into this last stitch here you make a single crochet. Alright, now chain 1 and turn your work, and into that same stitch you make the first single crochet, into the next make the second single crochet, and in here where we did the chain 3 we're going to make 3 single crochet. So go ahead, make 1, 2 and 3. We have 2 stitches left. Make 1 single crochet, and yes, at the end of this row we still have our 7 stitches. I just come at this other tail here and just make a slip stitch, and yes, here we go. Just go ahead and fasten off a yarn, and we're going to weave in that tail, and yes, we have something like this. It's so beautiful. Now once we turn our work, we're going to have something like this. Okay, we're going to have some, and you're going to go ahead and insert your button here and here. Okay, just going to insert your button like this, and come up here and going to insert your button here. And let me show you how I did this way. You can see I did a sewing joining both ends together. So, and you can see this is what it gives us. Yep, you can see. So you need to make sure that the button can pass through. I mean, this is really so beautiful. And from behind we have something like this. Yes, thank you so very much for working with me. Let me know what you think about this tutorial. And yes, you remember we have this the full tutorial of this hat also on our channel, Zoe CrochetR, which is a beautiful matching hat for this. Yes, and I'll be dropping the link to this hat just below in the description box below. Okay, so after making your baby's romper, do want to check this beautiful tutorial. And yes, I'll have the image link somewhere here. Yes. And yes, I want to say a big thank you to all of my subscribers. Thank you so very much. Thank you for liking and sharing my tutorials. I see my tutorials being watched on WhatsApp and Facebook. It is greatly thanks to you, and I'm so grateful. And if you're not yet subscribed to my channel, do what to subscribe. And each time you subscribe, always turn on the notification button so I always be the first person to see, like, and share my tutorials. Yes. And one more way you can also encourage me is by becoming a member. So if you want to become a member, just write in the comment section below member, and we're going to work on that. Okay, God bless you, and thanks in advance. And if you're a stay-at-home mom like me, as I always say in all of my tutorials, please do what work. Don't stay in the house idle. And I pray God bless the work of your hands. Now write in the comment section below what you want us to work on next time. Okay, do what to write. I do read your comments. Yes, I do read them. And I'll meet you in the next tutorial. God keep you and prosper the work of your hands. Shalom.